This season, Sidney Jean-Charles has emerged as one of the best players in baseball and the best home run hitter in the league. He has 48 home runs at the All-Star break, and a lot of those came in just the last few episodes where he has been on an absolute tear, crushing every pitcher in his way. He leads the league in all kinds of categories at this point, already has 107 RBIs, and it's time for us to see Sidney Jean-Charles during the All-Star break. We missed a chance at this last year, but now as the top home run hitter in baseball, Sidney Jean-Charles will be competing in the Home Run Derby and the All-Star Game, and here are the competitors. Yordan Alvarez, Nick Castellanos, Vlad Guerrero Jr. Oh, there we go. All-Star uniform there for Sidney Jean-Charles. I like those gold numbers and letters.
In each round, the contestants will be given 4 minutes to hit as many home runs as possible.
Wait a minute. He's got to play against his teammate here in the first round. Nolan Arenado is the 8 seed. Sidney is the 1. We also have Teoscar Hernandez, Jesus Aguilar, and Brandon Lau in the Derby as well. I am predicting that we see Sid make it to the finals to face Yordan Alvarez. We have 4 minutes on the clock, 30 seconds of bonus time if you can hit 2 homers over 440 feet, and I think Sidney can get his bonus time rather easily. You are able to call a timeout, apparently, once per round, twice in the finals, and that will replenish your stamina. I haven't really been playing Home Run Derby at all, so I don't really know how the stamina is handled. I usually just watch these in my Rockies franchise because our players are never in it. I actually get to enjoy it now as a spectator to start, and then we get to play it. So Nolan Arenado is up first, and we'll watch the competition here against Sidney and then sim the other hitters. Couple of deep flies that didn't leave, but that will be number 1 of the Derby. We're doing this in the Oakland Coliseum here, so what do we think about this ballpark? 400 there to dead center. Left field there, you do have some higher fences, but we should expect Sidney to mostly be pulling into right. There's that sound again. Arenado crushing number 3. This one goes 430, so we're a minute into his time. None have yet gone 440. This one might have a chance. Towering fly that goes 431. Arenado getting into a rhythm now as this one's deep down the left field line. Number 3 in a row. He's up to 7. Now 4 in a row, deep off the center field wall. Does he make it 5 in a row? Arenado getting hot. Not yet at bonus time, though, and I think those 30 seconds are going to be big. Looks like that'll break the streak. This is definitely a respectable round for Arenado. He will go 424 to left center field. Under a minute to go. He's at 12, and this should be 13. His 4th in a row. And there is the 30 seconds of bonus time. Oh, I think that's his first over 440. He's just getting under it a bit too much to get that distance.
30 seconds left. 6 consecutive home runs.
I gotta say, this is a pretty good round. I forget what's like really good here in 4 minutes, but he's had a few long streaks. Yeah, they just keep going here. 6 seconds to go. Okay, that's a double. And now, as time expires, no, he won't get one more. So he did not get the bonus time, but 17's really good.
We'll have to wait to see if that's enough.
Can Sidney top the 17 of his teammate Nolan Arenado?
Representing the St. Louis Cardinals, number 12, John Show. Let's start the clock.
And we get started here, wasting no time. Deep right center. Welcome to the All-Star break, Sidney Jean-Charles. There's one. And now down the line, that's going to be foul. So we do have to watch that energy bar. Ooh, we don't want to see all these fouls either. Ooh, a base hit to left? No. Deep center, okay. We had 3 straight that didn't go, but this one is way out of there. 409. I wasn't sure if we had the PCI here in this derby, but we do. 425. There we go. Starting to find that rhythm now. You can speed it up here. That's also really nice. We're going to have a couple good streaks if we're to match Arenado. We're 1 minute in, basically, and we have 5, so we're on a good pace. The 440 seems a little bit tougher than I expected. Is it because the pitch is coming in at batting practice speed here, or slower, so it's harder to get those 450 plus? Like, what if we had Freddie Peralta here pitching to Sidney? He's already crushed him like 7 times. There you go. It might be a good time here for a timeout. 4:34. That one looks to be popped up. I don't know about that one. Yeah, we're going to call timeout. Oh, wait, it didn't actually stop anything. It just replenished energy. We're halfway home. We're at 7. Oh, we need to pick up the pace, though. We're on pace now for 14. There's 413 to center field. There you go. Sidney Jean-Charles, right center. 436, missing the bonus. Ooh. Left center, does he have enough? No. Now going opposite field. I think that one will go. Oh, you can't have too many of those. Arenado really made this tough. But I mean, this is not like a great run. All right, we can't miss too many more, and we need that bonus time now if this is going to happen. There's 447. All right, come on. Got to pick it up. We're down 7 right now. 430. Center field. Can I get 440 on that? That's towering. Way up there and gone at 417. Oh, that pitch was kind of up and away. No, that's not good. No, that's a double. Yeah, that one's up and away as well. I don't know about this. If you let a pitch go, do you regain some stamina? This isn't going to work. Sidney is running out of gas, and we might have a first-round upset here in the Derby. Yeah, the stamina is just not there, and Arenado has advanced. Well, that was disappointing.
He's been eliminated from the competition.
I thought we'd at least get to the next round. So Arenado followed that up with 16 against Brandon Lau. It was not enough, so it's a finals matchup of Brandon Lau and Nick Castellanos. You know, in that round, I was using the X button to swing most of the time, and then when it just wasn't working, I switched to power. I wonder if the power swings end up using more energy, but the consistent swing wasn't really there either way. The Derby's actually kind of challenging, I guess. Oh my, how far is that one gonna go? Lau goes 429. He's at 13 with about 30 seconds left. Last swing for Lau as the 440 has been quite elusive and he narrowly misses the foul pole.
He finishes with an impressive. We'll have to wait to see if that holds up.
And now Nick Castellanos, his turn, and he starts out with a quick 421 or 424 footer. I think that's 2 for 2 right there. Yep, that one's going to go as well. That's 6 with 2.5 minutes left in the round. Down by 5, a little over a minute left to go. And that one has a lot of hang time, and it's worth the wait. Home run 11. The last thing you want are these towering flies that go to the warning track, because it eats up a couple extra seconds, and it's just not a home run. But he's down 3, probably not going to get to bonus time. It's just, we haven't seen that kind of distance. And again, I wonder if it's the batting practice velocity. You know, you don't have that 100-mile-per-hour pitch to hit and drive further, so 440 is a little tougher. Down by 1, 27 seconds. You have to like his chances. Right center gap and gone to tie things up. Probably 3 more swings to finish it. And again, twisting away into center, carrying out, and Castellanos has won the home run derby. He had the power to do it when he didn't pull the ball. And that's something Sidney didn't have in his round, which I'm pretty shocked by. But there you go. Nick Castellanos takes home the home run derby crown. Sidney Jean-Charles would have been the heavy favorite, and he only hit 12.
He did it. Made his first All-Star team. Congratulations. 6-time All-Star. Joe Mauer, what do you remember most about those games?
You know, I was, like you said, fortunate to play in a few All-Star games, and it's an exciting time. I think the biggest thing that sticks out to me is just being in that clubhouse with all those great players and just kind of surveying the room, examining the room, and watching guys, how they prepare and why they got to that point. It's a great time to learn and a great time to share different things that make you successful. So I was trying to be a sponge during those times to try to pick up things and keep improving my game.
And I'm sure others were trying to be a sponge around you, too.
So the Derby didn't go well, but there's still a chance for Sidney Jean-Charles to make the most of this All-Star break. Let's see, we got Yordan Alvarez here, and I'm not sure the player on the right, actually. Who's Sidney learning from here at the All-Star break? Who is he? Whose game can he learn from the most? Jose Urquidy gets the start here for the American League, and we'll start playing defense here. Mike Trout is at the plate with Brandon Woodruff pitching. Bottom of the first, 1 on, as Trout sends one towards Sidney. A lot of hang time on it. And an easy routine play. And now his first All-Star at bat after hitting .388 in the first half. 48 homers, 107 RBIs. We do have a runner at first base. A couple of sliders that missed away, so a 2-0 count. Ooh. Should have let that one go. Was hoping for a better 2-0 fastball to turn on there. And he hasn't yet found the strike zone, yet we have a 2-2 count. That's MLB The Show for you. Didn't chase that one. Does he find the zone 3-2? He does. And eventually, missing high, Sidney draws the walk. Now, I wonder if they, pull him in this after an at-bat or two, or if you get to play the full 9 innings and road to the show. I have no idea. So we might only have a couple appearances today. We'll probably start the second half of the season in this episode if we don't get a lot of action in this game, because the Derby didn't run all that long after all. Pretty cool, though, that Arenado's hitting behind him here in the Derby, just like we have in regular games. Why couldn't he let Sidney have the Derby, though? Well, I suppose he didn't have, a special first round. It was just solid, and Sidney came up well short. Arenado works out a walk, back-to-back. Bases loaded. Jesus Aguilar. And that's jammed into right. I will run if the third base runner does. And no, one down. We have Ozzy Albies at the plate now as Urquidy's command seems to not quite be there. 33 pitches here. That's a lot for an all-star appearance, isn't it? And that is back up the middle, a base hit, and we will hold at third. I imagine that we have some pretty good fielders here, so we won't test it. And it's Carson Kelly now. Bases still loaded. Kelly, that does not sound good. It's popped up. Infield fly. That brings up Trey Turner with 2 down. That sounds good. Deep to the gap, and Sidney will score with Arenado behind him. We'll wave home the third runner, and he is in safely. Ozzy Albies scores. We get 4 here in the second inning. Or was that 3? Yeah, it was 4. And Sidney will have at least one more at bat, now facing Shane Bieber with a runner at first base. That's on the ground. A diving stop, but not played cleanly, and we'll get the infield single. Almost became a fielder's choice there. So Sidney does have an all-star hit. And we'll continue to see Arenado in this episode. Ooh, what was that swing? That was like me when I haven't played for a few days and I just jump right into a game. That's my first swing of the day. If I haven't played for a few days, I jump back in and everything looks like a fastball. So if they throw a first pitch slider, oh, there is no chance I'm hitting that. 2 on, 1 down for Nolan. And that one is ripped into left center. Here's Sidney hitting the gas as he will head into third base. A run scores. Putting up 5 runs here in the All-Star game is pretty abnormal, especially here by the 3rd inning. Let's see if Aguilar can bring home Sidney, get a couple runs scored today. Bieber has him right where he wants him now, and that fooled him badly. Just the fastball. All right, Ozzy Albies is next. 2 down. It takes a single at least. Oh, it hits him. So the bases are loaded now for the catcher Carson Kelly. 2-1. And Kelly has that one missed, so we can walk in a run here. That would be fine. But Bieber gets the swinging strike, and the count is full. Sidney will take off with the pitch. And that is a walk. Sidney will score again. It's 6-0 National League. And then we get 2 more on the Trey Turner single. I think he has 5 RBIs here in an All-Star game, which is pretty incredible. And we're back in the field here. It's 8-1. And that's deep to center field. Sidney's going back at the wall. Way early. Okay. I think somebody tried to help me out recently in the comments with that leaping, the timing there. I still can't get it. Oh, we get a 3rd appearance at least. Maybe they won't do any substitutions here. Normally, like when you're playing the All-Star game in franchise, they'll do like simulation-style substitutions. And pretty much everybody gets into the game. Oh, quickly 0-2. Going at him here. All right. That misses. Evening the count. That's a pitch we just want to fight off there. But also, you know, that's up enough. You can drive that the other way. Ah, strike 3 looking on the fastball. There's a routine one. Sidney still playing here in the 5th inning. Not sure if anybody else has been taken out, but I believe that Arenado is still in. Yeah, it's 10-3. This kind of scoring in the All-Star game doesn't even make sense. Mike Soroka is the new pitcher. Oh, there's so much foul ground over there. And then popped it up. And the catcher has plenty of room to retire Sidney in the 6th. We're shifted over for Marcus Simeon here in the 7th. And that's hit right at Sidney. So again, pretty routine as he makes the catch. And Sidney is pinch hit for. We will end the All-Star game here. It's a 12-3 win for the National League. Trey Turner had how many RBIs? 5. Sidney goes 1 for 3, a single and a walk. Lost the home run derby. So it wasn't a stellar All-Star break, but it was still fun to finally have an experience like this. That was fun. But now it is back to business for Sidney and the Cardinals. 6.5 games up now on the Milwaukee Brewers. The Reds are still in it as well, but the Cubs and Pirates have completely fallen behind in the NL Central race. We have one of the best records in all of baseball. Actually, the best record in all of baseball. That's spectacular. Sidney Jean-Charles. Again, let's check on the numbers one more time before the second half gets underway. Although it's more like the last, 30-40% of the season. But 96 games in, 139 hits, a 388 average, that's all. 48 homers, 107 RBIs. You'd be thrilled with that for a full season stat line, but we still have plenty of time to go as we look to hunt down some records. We'll upgrade the bunting. And we'll get ready for a series here against the Brewers. We got to focus on the fundamentals and hopefully stay the best team in baseball. And I know videos have kind of been all over the place lately. Like, I haven't been as consistent since Madden came out, and I've been doing a lot of slider testing, getting ready for a new series on the main channel that I'm pretty excited for. Just takes a long time when I want to start a new franchise, and that's part of why last year I just didn't. Like, all the time that goes into slider testing and then just not being sure about the game. The scouting wasn't there at launch. Didn't do it last year, but getting back into franchise heavier again in 23 just requires a lot of groundwork in the beginning because I want the game to be as realistic as I can possibly make it, and that's difficult because Madden's gameplay style needs a lot of work to really make it play more realistic. But I'm enjoying the Vikings series here on the second channel. And I'm still enjoying, our time with Sidney. And now, at the end of this year, I'm not sure if I'll be continuing the road to the show or maybe pick it back up closer to baseball season next year. But I know that it'll take a little while to finish off this current season with Sidney. But we'll see where I am after that. Ooh, ugly swing. Like, I'm still enjoying it a lot. Oh, that was just terrible. And I played a fair amount of the show yesterday, so I expected some better swings here to start. But yeah, I don't know what's going to happen after this current season in the series. I don't think I'll be done completely. But there are some other things I want to get around to, and I don't want every series to last, a year or longer. That's what I'm talking about. More like it, base hit left field. But we will figure that out when we get there, essentially. Has nothing to do with how much I'm enjoying this series or whatever. Like, I'm having a great time with Road to the Show. I've done some Road to the Show series in the past. None have been as fun as this one. 2 on here for Arenado. As that one misses. That's the sound you look for. Left center hit well. A lot of reach, and here goes Sidney. He'll fly around third base. A bang-bang play! Or not. Where'd the ball go? Sidney scores. It's 4-0 Cardinals. I want to see the replay on that. Do they just throw it to a cutoff and not even attempt to make the play? Because to me, I was wondering if I got a little greedy on that. Here's the throw coming in. Like, yeah, it's not super likely. He just pumps. I think that could have been a close play. Bottom 5. Alec Bettinger is the pitcher. I really wonder what that batting average is going to be at the end of the year. Because I know, like, baseball's a streaky game, and, like, you can get into a cold streak and not do anything wrong yourself. I love that about the show. It just emulates that hot and cold nature of baseball. I really do just love the way they've, like, balanced the game in general. Like, I can just play out of the box, no sliders, and I have no idea what's going to happen game to game. Now, obviously, here in this road to the show, I have Sydney with his ratings all at 100, so I know he's going to be really good. But just in general, a cold streak can pop up out of nowhere. At the same time, a hot streak can show up, and it feels like we've had an extremely hot streak here. So, the last few episodes going into the All-Star break just felt like, all right, there's no way this is sustainable. But then it just sustained itself. And we'll see coming out of the break how it continues. I love to push for the home run record. I have no idea what the RBI record is, but why not go for that as well? And then, you know, if we can just keep the average above 340, 350, I'd be thrilled. I don't expect it to finish at 380, but it could. I mean, you saw how everybody was pitching him in the previous episodes. It's all, you know, curveball, slider over the middle, meatballs. Ooh, I shouldn't be taking that pitch, but I did. I deserve to have plate vision drop for that one. Got lucky. Let's see if Nolan can salvage this at bat. It's 1-2 against Hauser. 2 on. He's fouled off 4 pitches in this at bat. And he looks at strike 3 at the end of the day. And the Cardinals go on to win this game 7-2, further building a lead here in the NL Central. We'll go through this first series against the Brewers and call it a more complete episode. Andrew Heaney's on the mound. It's already 3-0. Wait a minute here. How? Where does Rowdy Tellez hit in the order? He's hitting 5th. All right. Something bad happened, and that's another home run for Urias. And we're going up against Brandon Woodruff. So what are our win percentage odds right now with it 4-0 Milwaukee? On the ground here with a 2-0 count, and Sydney won't make anything happen. Oh, I just realized that it's 8-0 now. Yeah, this game is pretty much over already, isn't it? Was that a foul tip? Good timing, but just completely whiffed there with the PCI. Maybe a little rusty here with the PCI after not really playing a ton of this for the last couple weeks. Been playing the Rockies, but I don't use PCI there. Ooh, just above the zone. We're down 7. Doesn't mean we can't have some good at-bats here and draw a walk. Yeah, we're going to take off here. Sydney to second base, and he is thrown out. Ooh, fooled me badly. Woodruff having a great day as Sydney reached on the strikeout. It's an E2. What happened here? He blocked it, picked it up, and then casually just didn't make the play. Was that error-worthy? I would just say that was poor effort. Not enough urgency. Ah, they got me there. That's a long run for Sydney. And he gets there with plenty of time to spare. Some of these games just drag on. We've been down 8-2 forever. And it's like, here's more fielding. Here's another 3-2 count when you're on base. I'm ready to move on. The game finally does end, and Sydney has an offer, as Andrew Heaney did not have a very good day. It was all Milwaukee. But let's see who takes this series. And it's already 2-0 here in Game 3 as Muncy hammers one to center, and Sydney's able to get there in time. But the Brewers get the offense rolling early as they try to take this series, start to chip away at this NL Central lead. And we're still in the first, it's 3-0. Pedro Severino, the catcher, has to just pop out here, right? Or something simple. Base hit center field. Sydney comes up throwing. They will test him. No, they won't. And it wouldn't have worked either. They do not add any more, but the damage is done. It's 3-0. And Corbin Burns on the mound as we try to keep this game from just turning into the previous day all over again. The count is 3-1, pitching carefully. And we have to stay patient. It's just been one of those episodes where we're not getting as much over the plate. A lot of the ones I have gotten, though, I've just taken. And that one's rolled over softly as the Brewers keep us off the board to start the game. Deep to the wall, this is going to be tough. Sydney on the run, gets there and makes the play. We got to get some run production going, though. 2 on, 2 down. It's time to drive in a run. Corbin Burns trying to end the inning. Ooh, no. I feel like I'm just not getting the same pitches that I was. That's better. Left center field, base hit, but no speed there at third base as we cannot test that at all. Let's see if Arenado can do the damage. The bases are loaded. The stage is set. And it's hit weakly. And Burns will take care of it. No! An error at the plate. He went the short way and pulled the catcher off home plate. On a very short toss. Wow. That's not a play you see all that often. So we'll get at least one. In the dirt and keeping it in front of him. Not making it easy on the catcher here. O'Neal waves, and that's the inning, but we do at least get one back off of Corbin Burns. Still more work to do. We have added 2 more before Sydney's next at-bat here in the 5th. So we have ourselves a tighter game now. Burns at 61 pitches can still go a bit. Unless we can start to get some more production. Right down the middle and fouled away. High in the air, but in comes the center fielder. And that's as easy as it gets. We're in the 8th inning. 2 on here for the Brewers. They just had a double and a hit by pitch. Willie Adames with Evan Marshall trying to end the inning. It's a 2-2 count. Hit toward the gap. That could be an issue. It splits the outfielders, and the Brewers will take the lead. Sydney throwing in, but they'll probably get 2. Relay throw to third. Just in time, but 2 runs have scored. And unless Sydney can help make something happen, it looks like the Brewers could be taking this series. Here's Brad Boxberger. Base hit off the mound, and Sydney is aboard. Not going to get greedy here on the base paths. Hoping Arenado can do his thing. And he's behind 0-2. They love to tell us he's grounded into 12 double plays this season. Who do you think's been a part of those? And he misses inside to make the count 3-2. Big pitch here from Boxberger. Oh, he did not go. And that is ball 4. And we'll bring up Tyler O'Neill now. He represents the go-ahead run. And he gets under it, and in comes the left fielder. And we will head back with 2 down. Corey Dickerson, 1 for 3 on the day. Only hitting 133 with runners in scoring position. And it hits him. Dickerson to first. The bases are loaded. Here's our buddy Paul Goldschmidt. We don't get to see him much anymore with our separation in the batting order. But the bases are loaded. He's hitting 200 with runners in scoring position. A base hit should tie this game. Goldschmidt to right. And that's up in the air. And put away. The inning comes to an end. We'll see if they give Sydney a chance in the 9th. Carlson leads off, and we go down 1-2-3 and drop the series to the Brewers. So they're able to make up a little ground here in this series. They score back-to-back victories. And we'll come back to this fight throughout the rest of the second half. So this wasn't like the most action-packed Sydney episode, oddly enough. But, they probably won't all be. We got Washington here, 2 out of the next 3 series. We'll see the Brewers again eventually, but it's going to be late August by the time that comes up. So a lot's going to happen between now and then, with the separation now at 5.5 games. But that is going to bring an end to this episode. Sydney now a first-time All-Star and got to experience the Home Run Derby. There it is. Made the All-Star team as a starter, selected for the Home Run Derby. If you enjoyed the video, please drop a like, subscribe to the channel, and I'll be back again soon with more Sydney Jean-Charles in his historic season. Have a great day, everybody.